SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sales. Hi friends, I'm Rick Walker. You're watching SST Car Show News. All kinds of stuff to highlight at this year's Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto, where they are featuring the Devel 16. This is a 16-cylinder Dubai-built hypercar. It produces over 5,000 horsepower, which is absolutely amazing. Now, if you run that thing on regular pump gas and use it as a daily driver, it still produces over 3,000 horsepower. It's a must-see at this year's CIAS at the Convention Center in downtown Toronto. Over at the Ford Pavilion, you'll notice there really aren't many cars. You'll find some Mustangs, but other than that, it's all trucks and SUVs because Ford is getting out of the car business to focus primarily on SUVs and trucks. Also on display in the Ford Pavilion, the Ford Ranger, which is an important pickup truck for Ford because it fills a void that they had in the mid-size pickup range. It'll compete with other trucks like the Chevy Colorado. So that's pretty important. Now, on the other side of the auto show, you'll find the new Cadillac exhibit where they're featuring the new XT6 and the new CT6, two very important cars for General Motors' upscale brand. There's lots of new stuff also over at the Maserati display. The level of luxury that they're building into their cars will absolutely blow you away. I know it blew me away. It looks like, well, it's Rolls-Royce like quality in some of these vehicles, especially the fit and finish inside the interiors. Right next to that, they're celebrating speed and racing heritage at the Alfa Romeo exhibit, where you'll find the new 2019 Alfa Romeo 4C Spyder, which is equipped with a 1.7-liter intercooled turbocharged engine producing 237 horsepower. It's a pretty sweet little two-seater sports car. Volkswagen has brought in a BumbleBee display. The kids are going to love that. Adults are going to love that. They're celebrating Volkswagen heritage with that and also highlighting the new BumbleBee movie, which is part of the Transformers franchise with their 1967 Volkswagen Bug, BumbleBee. Of course, you'll probably remember that BumbleBee was a Camaro in the first installments of the Transformers movies, but in the comics and in also the cartoons that were on television, BumbleBee was actually a Volkswagen Bug, and now in the new movie, he's a Bug again, and you can see the 67 BumbleBee Bug at the Canadian International Auto Show in person. Pretty cool stuff. Tons of electric cars at this year's Canadian International Auto Show. It really is, I think, the year of the electric vehicle. If you look around, you'll see all the major manufacturers, it seems, have electric vehicles now. Hyundai has their Ioniq. General Motors has the Bolt and the Volt. The Bolt, of course, is an absolutely full-scale electric car. Nissan has the world's best-selling electric car with the Leaf and the Leaf Plus, which, you know, some of these cars now you'll see have ranges in excess of 350 kilometers. Just a few years ago, car companies were trying to hit about a 100-kilometer range with an electric vehicle, thinking that was sort of the benchmark where these things would become practical for daily use. Well, the vehicles on display now at the auto show in Toronto, you'll see they're exceeding 350 kilometers. So they're coming into their own electric vehicles, and it looks like they may actually have a viable future. And all of the car companies are investing heavily in all of that. There are also alternative energy vehicles. We found hydrogen-powered vehicles there, including a nice prototype from Toyota, which has been around for a little while, but you can experience that up close and find out all about that as well. So pretty cool stuff. If you're into technology and if you're into cars, the car show is absolutely the place you want to be. But cars are not just about technology. They aren't just about energy and transportation. They're also an art form. That's why they've brought in some cars to this year's auto show from the Peterson Museum in Los Angeles. Probably one of the best car museums in the entire world. And they have a display of lowriders and customs that are absolutely amazing. The custom bodywork, the chassis work, the amount of chrome that they put onto these things, and the custom paint jobs, absolutely mesmerizing. There are also classics in the icons display, cars that mark milestones in automotive design. And probably the quirkiest car that we found during the media preview at this year's Canadian International Auto Show was a car that was designed by the king of customizers, George Barris, who recently passed away. But he designed the Batmobile and a lot of movie cars, and you'll find like a stagecoach covered wagon kind of a thing. It's actually supposed to be a manure spreader. He built it as a gag gift that Bob Hope, the comedian, gave to movie star John Wayne as a birthday gift. And that thing sat in a barn for years and years and years. And it's actually really nicely done. If you look in the back, there's actually a pile of fake manure. It's kind of funny, but the car is really well done. It's also a piece of rolling sculpture, and you'll absolutely love that. You'll find that down in with all of the customs and the cars on display from the Peterson Museum. You'll also find over at the Ford display the new Mustang Shelby GT500 and the Canadian-built supercar, the Ford GT, which is really a source of Canadian pride. It's also going to be featured, that car, at the upcoming Ottawa-Gatineau International Auto Show, March 21st to 24th at the Shaw Centre in downtown Ottawa. But right now in Toronto, you can see it there as well. So that's pretty exciting. So all in all, a pretty cool show. And we're saving the best till last, and that is a full 1-to-1 scale replica of a Bugatti supercar built entirely out of Lego pieces. This Bugatti Lego car actually runs and drives. It's equipped with an electric motor. It has a top speed of about 30 kilometers per hour. But don't get into an accident with it, because if you do, it will literally explode into a million pieces, because that is exactly how many pieces it took to build the car. It's on display in the area where all of the Peterson Museum vehicles are on display, and it really will entertain the entire family, just like all of the other vehicles at the auto show in Toronto, which runs until February 25th. I'm Rick Walker. This is SST Car Show News. Want to save up to 40% on your next car? Learn how with Insurance Claim Auto Auctions, Canada-wide with worldwide shipping. StarkAutoSales.com, a better way to buy a car, in person or online.